it to.
I thought it always has to hit 100% before we're actually live.
No, it's yeah.
I never knew that. That is so bad that I never knew that. Yes.
Hello. Okay, we are live. We're just gonna wait for people to get in. Do you want me to move over a little?
I know. I wish I could sit on your stool with you.
I know.
We should just share a chair.
We are just waiting for people to come in, DeAndre.
I just got the notification on my YouTube that it's live, so which means people are coming in. Hi.
Guys.
Wait, so here we go.
Yes, we are live. And as everyone can see, we have DeAndre with us today.
Yes,
What's
we
going
are
on?
so
What's going
excited.
on?
So excited.
How are
to
you?
talk to you?
I'm good. How are you all?
We're good.
Very good.
So we actually haven't
Very
done one
good.
in a minute. So we're
We have
back
not.
and we're with you. So this is like double the fun.
There you go.
Yes, we are.
Okay, we're laughing. Jalen told us, he gave us he tipped us off before we talked to him to ask you for your Kevin Hart impersonation.
All right, which one do you want? I got a few of them.
Oh my god, all of them.
All of them.
All of them? Let's see. Which one do I want to go with? Okay. You gonna learn today. What's another one? You gonna learn today? You got.
I thought that laugh you did was part of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the same
He's
laugh.
really like that.
He's really
God, I'm on the spot now. I'm kind of nervous. I'm trying to just go back through his whole little spills that he was doing.
He said you had the
When he
whole
was-
villa in tears.
Oh yeah, we were laughing pretty hard.
Gosh, I miss moments like that.
I know. When he was when he was talking about how his dad came to his school and was like walking through the he was at a spelling bee. And he
Oh,
was his dad was walking through trying to get to the crowd, and his face was just like trying to walk through. He was like, my son's spelling all these words. And he was like a piece, like counted like it was like a actual like sporting event, and he was going crazy. He was talking about how the cat drinks the milk out of the bowl. He just stands there, he looks at the mirror like this.
Oh my gosh.
no, I'm done.
You're
I'm
hilarious.
done.
You need to go into stand-up comedy or something.
That is so funny. Jalen literally told us, if you don't make him do it, like, I'm not talking to you.
Cat drinking milk out the bowl.
Okay, right off the bat, I have to ask you, who were you
All right.
interested in when you went into Casa Amor?
My tops were Kirsten. Funny note, I knew Mackenzie before I went into the villa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you know her?
Because I play baseball. So
Oh,
she's from
right.
Arizona. Yeah, she's from Arizona. So every year we go out for the Arizona Fall League. It's like an all-star kind of game for like guys. And we stayed out there for like a month and a half. And it was my last night there. And I decided to get a table at a place called Bottle Blonde. And I saw 3 blonde girls walk in, and she was one of them. And I was like, wow, they look nice. They will make our group look nice, so we all can look nice together. So I invited them over. We had a couple drinks.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you guys die when you saw each other in the villa?
Well, this was like a year and a half ago. So
Okay.
like, when I
Still?
walked in, we talked about it briefly, and she was like her face was like, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess you probably knew because you have seen a few of the episodes before you went in,
Well, yeah,
right?
that's how it was so funny because I was in the room when I was watching it, and it was like the first episode. They showed like a piece of her Instagram. I'm like, hold on, bro, I know this girl.
no
I was like, I know
way.
I'm not tripping. I know this girl. So like when they showed that, I was like, yeah. And I literally was in my hotel room, just like running from the bed to like the bathroom, like, yo, I can't.
No, that's like a
so
small
hot.
world. That's
really
crazy.
funny.
I was wilding. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
I mean, I was freaking out when I had one mutual friend with Cormac, and I thought that was wild.
Yeah.
Right. It's, I was like, wow, this is about to be very interesting. So
Any other mutual friends in there that we don't know about?
Nah, that was the only one. I mean, all of us became close from being in there, but she was the only one I knew prior. So I had Kirsten on my list. I had Mackenzie because I was like, maybe some can resurface.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking of Justine as well, just because I didn't know her and Caleb's situation. So those are my three going in.
So who did you connect with the most in Casa Amor?
The most?
Yeah, like which girl?
I would say Justine.
Justine, okay. All of you guys say Justine.
I
It's
know.
so funny.
She's the GOAT.
Yeah.
She is great.
She's our
I can't wait to
favorite.
meet her.
I know.
I talk about her like I'm already friends with her.
Yeah, Sally was super dope too. It's just she was all wrapped up in Johnny, so it was more so like she was great for the crowd and everything, but we kind of knew that wasn't budget. So
Right. Well, we talked about with the other boys how you guys brought such a good energy into the villa, and it was so nice to see. Like, you guys just brought out a new side to the girls.
Yeah, we had a good time though. We that's one thing we talked about too. We was like, bro, like our squad is like, even the girls joked about it. They were like, y'all should have started the show, this, that, and that. I'm like, well, that would have happened. The season would have been super short because all of y'all would have been in love already. So they had to bring the best in later. But
it would have been too boring like season 1.
Yes.
DeAndre, I have to tell you, when we saw the first starting lineup, Alex picked you out as her favorite.
I did.
Hey,
yeah,
there you go.
She did. I had Mike as my favorite when we first saw you guys, but you were Alex's.
Am I still her favorite now, or no? Did I fall off?
Yes, I was mad that you didn't get as much screen time.
It's all good.
But I cried when you were saying to Kirsten that you want to be the dad who's like mowing the lawn. I was dying. I was like, I love this man.
That sounds like some country shit, don't it? Like, it's literally what it is. And no, the reason I was like having a conversation with her because she's obviously from Texas. And we're just talking about like, because I grew up around doing stuff like that. Like I grew up around like my family, like families and parents being together for 20, 30 years and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm trying to follow that. Like I want that in someone, I do want to be that. I want to go outside or, what I'm saying, cut the grass to release some stress when she makes me mad or whatever.
Oh.
I'm trying to do all that.
I like that. That's so cute.
That is so cute.
To do that.
I think this is actually a really good question. If you had the chance to go back into the villa, would you do anything different or pursue anyone differently than you did?
Nope.
No? No regrets.
Exactly the same.
I like that.
I love that answer.
Yeah, exactly the same. That was one thing I was like, I have no regrets of what I did. I went in. Obviously, we shook up the villa.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
So we did what we were supposed to do. I mean, obviously, all of us would have wanted to stay a little bit longer, but it is what it is. It was like a teaser, so you got a little bit of DeAndre, and then now it's like, oh, where's he at? Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, where are you going to be next?
I don't know. I have no idea. So we'll see. The sky's the limit.
Okay.
So in case anyone doesn't know yet that's on the live, we're going to keep asking DeAndre questions too. But he watched last night and is up to date, so we're going to end up reviewing the episode with DeAndre after we get his scoop first. I'm like,
okay. I was waiting for a response from them, but like it doesn't work that way.
Okay, wait, I have to ask you too. I wanted to know, of the guys in the villa, like not the ones you met, the other ones, who do you think you would have became like friends with?
Not the guys that I've met?
Right.
Okay. Probably Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because he's like super chill, like I don't know if you could tell I'm super chill as well, but like, I mean, I like to have a good time, but he kind of he maneuvers, he's got Justine, he's chilling. Like, you feel me? And that's like the type of vibe I was kind of on and stuff like that. So I feel like definitely him out of the group.
Yeah, I could totally see that. What about the girls that you never met? So like the Casa Amor girls, who would you have been interested in, if any? And then same with the girls that like went home before Casa even happened.
So before Casa even happened, the girls that came in, I was interested in Caitlin.
Oh, okay.
I feel like all the fellas I saw, I was like, ooh, all right. And then, so that whole situation happened, and I was kind of hurt. And then prior to that as well, I thought Lauren was kind of cute just because she's stern, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't cut any corners. Like I don't. Obviously, if you saw when I sat down and kind of everybody's like, "Bro, you called out Mackenzie." I'm like, "Hey," but yeah. So those two, and then out of the other house, it was funny because when Calvin came in with Cher, I was like, "Yo, who is that?" I was
she's
like,
stunning.
Yo, yeah, and I was like, okay. I was like, so that's what y'all working with over there, because we didn't see any of them. So we were like, okay. But yeah. So, but she's also out of the villa now, and she also lives where I live. So.
Oh, have there been any DM exchanges?
We talked briefly.
Okay. We can get behind that.
Huh?
We could be behind that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably go get some food or something, walk around. I mean, Miami's full of opportunities, so.
Yeah. I love that. Oh my gosh. She seems like such a sweetheart, too. And like you said, you just got right to the shit. Like I
never got to meet her,
Yeah, I feel like you both have that very neutral, like, not into the drama, just here to actually find something mentality.
Yeah,
Someone goes, one of their questions, DM me.
In all caps.
Oh, that's a good question. We want to ask you.
Yeah.
How many girls slid into your DMs when you left the villa?
A lot.
No way. That is so funny.
It's funny. It's funny because I don't know if y'all. I mean, I'm sure people saw my little clip when I first came into the villa, like the preview or whatever, when I was at a waterfall and stuff. And at the end of my clip, I said, "Daddy's here."
Yes.
So
oh my God, I do remember that.
So I got a lot of daddies in my DMs right now. Like I got a lot of, "Hey daddy, what's up, daddy?" So I'm like, I think I'm gonna keep this.
That is amazing.
Oh my God, how's it feel to be the life of the party? Someone said.
It's lit all the time. That's the thing. Like I never get like. Because, like, when I was younger, I used to get, like, FOMO, like, dang, like, I want to be here, but I'll have, like, practice or something next day for, like, ball. So I'll, like, prioritize, like, all right, I'm going to chill. But now, I'm like, when I pull up, it's lit. Like, it don't matter who's here before me. When I get there, we getting rocking. We about to be in there.
Oh, my gosh, you were hilarious.
I freaking love your energy. It's amazing. I want to ask you, what position do you play in baseball?
I am a center fielder.
Okay, cool.
Ooh. That's fun.
Yeah.
We were going to Google your stats before this. But, like, I don't know baseball, so it wouldn't do me any good even by looking. I would just see numbers and be like, numbers.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you want, they're all on the internet. I mean, that was the one thing that I kind of had going for me going into the villa, too, is, like, I've already kind of figured out how to maneuver, like, press and, I don't know, DMs and things like that, to where it's more so, because I did all that at 17 with baseball. So, you know.
That's why we felt... No, you go ahead, sorry.
No, what'd you say? Go ahead.
I was going to say that's why we felt comfortable having you on our live, because we knew you'd be fine being live rather than, you know, having to cut stuff.
Professional DeAndre.
Yes. Professional DeAndre. Okay, wait, I wanted to ask you too, and now I totally forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to ask? No, I had a good question too. Hold on. Someone put it in the thing, and then I was like, oh, what couple are you rooting for?
Oh, Justine and Caleb, for sure.
Ask the question you always ask.
For sure.
No, if you couldn't vote for them, because everyone wants them to win.
Everyone's favorite.
Even us. But who would you vote for
if you can't
vote for them?
Outside of them? That's tough. That sounds bad, because I feel like it's tough because I only see like one legit thing going on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why it's a funny question.
I guess.
Also, I'm laughing. You're like outside of the villa. I'm like, you are outside the villa.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't even know who the couples are now, really, because everything's like...
It's all mishmash.
Yeah, it's all mishmash.
You know, like...
All right, we can come back to that.
It would have been Johnny and Sally, but you see how that's going.
Yeah, we're not too sure about that anymore. We're off it.
So.
I vote for Sally.
Yeah, we like Sally.
Sally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there
someone said, who do you want to win? Sorry, I was just reading through. Someone said, who has the best personality in the villa? So I guess out of the girls, who did you have the best time, like, messing around with?
Sally,
So,
1000%. Her energy is ridiculous. Like, like she's so small, but she has so much. Like, I'm like, yo, where do you get that from? Like,
Does she drink
Nah,
coffee in the morning?
Does she?
Yeah.
Some days, but sometimes it's just her. Like, she just wake up and she a drill sergeant, and we like, all right, we don't follow you, Sergeant Sally.
Because I'm like, how many espresso shots did she take?
Sorry.
Like, I would love to know. But
Like,
you're right.
she
I
is
think it's
on
just her
it.
personality.
Yes. No, she's just like, she's like, I don't know. That's the type of energy like I love to be around. You know what I mean? So just she's always positive. You know what I mean? Just everything. So I would definitely say her.
she has us dying in the mornings because if we were there, we'd be like, oh
I would be
my
like, shut
God.
up.
We could never get out of bed, and that would be hilarious.
It was, what was it? It was one time like we had all just woken up, and she was walking back and forth like telling us like, let's
Just
go
pacing.
team. We're getting it together.
Okay, that's
I'm like,
really
yo, I
funny.
feel like I'm about to play a football game.
I love that. She's like the pep talk, the timeout talk.
Yeah.
That's
And then
hilarious.
we're about to go work out, so I was like, all right, I needed that.
I love that.
Everyone keeps blowing up the chat saying, what team does he play for?
So I played with St. Louis for 5 years.
Okay.
And then I ventured out to Canada because they started paying me a little bit more out there, and I played with the Red Sox, and then COVID happened.
Oh,
So-
that's so cool. That is
Wow.
so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I've always had this like weird dream of mine in my head where like I want to be at a baseball game like near the field and like a baseball player like runs over a ball to me and like passes it through the fence with like his number on it.
There you go. We can, what is it? We can role play that. I guess. There you go.
And like be on the Jumbotron like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's like, I'm
there
going to
you go.
steal that move now.
No, it's funny because like like that happens all the time. Like literally all the time. It does happen
It's
all
like,
the time.
shit.
So it's like guys are just like, hey, they'll see somebody or like it'll be our off day or something like that and we'll be hanging out. And I'm like, oh, who is that? I'm like, don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh.
write your number on there and it's,
Oh
there you go.
my gosh.
It's a real thing. Yeah, it's a real thing.
I love that.
Okay, someone asked, were you able to form real connections?
With the females, yeah.
I think both.
Oh yeah, with the boys, yeah, for sure. Like
The boys.
we all clicked off like from the beginning.
Mhm.
Like I mean, granted, I met them maybe 5 to 10 minutes before we went on and stuff like that. But no, the dudes were super chill. Like we already got plans. We're the Fab Five. Like we already got plans to like go out. You know what I mean? When things open back up and like kind of bounce around from city to city. They're gonna come to Miami. You all are more than welcome as well.
Oh yeah.
Love that. I like
but
Winwood.
female wise, I would say, I mean, everything reversed back to Justine because I mean, she was just super cool. I mean, I was on live with Mercedes, and then I think the other night, 2 nights ago, we kind of talked a little bit because I never met her, so
Right.
I'll get on live with Faith a little bit later today.
Oh, she's
Faith is
great.
a riot.
Yeah. You said she's what?
She's a riot. Like she's a hoot. Like she's hilarious.
hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna talk to her, and then I'll see Shay in Miami, and I'm just trying to meet everyone that I didn't meet because we didn't have the opportunity, you know.
Right.
So we've been starting to put it into motion as of today that we want to do an after the island after party, and like invite everybody to come just in case they don't do a reunion. We'll have our own after the island
Oh,
after
that's
party style. Try to rent a house out or something.
I'm about it. Just tell me when.
Oh,
I'm there.
yes.
That'd be so fun.
That would be ridiculously lit. Like,
Oh, I know. We'd have to get a glass fire pit and everything. We do like a
Oh,
fakery
man.
coupling at the end of the night.
Imagine.
You might be on to something there.
Okay, I have questions about the Casa Amor recoupling.
Yeah.
How awkward was it?
Did y'all not see my face? Oh
We
my
did.
God.
We need more.
Oh my goodness. Well, we were all chilling there, and I was like, all right, so what's about to go down right now? So then we see the whole Carrington deal after Kirsten obviously decides not to pick us three or four were standing up there. And then he comes down by himself, and we're like, all right, he might have some good in his soul. And then
Oh.
then he motions down for I don't even know the girl's name to come down and things like that.
Laurel.
And I'm looking, I'm just like, ooh, but it was spicy for sure. So
Yeah, that's so awkward. Were you at all interested in Kirsten? Like, did you guys ever talk on that level? Because I know we saw that little conversation that we talked about earlier, but did you ever at some point think maybe she would pick you?
Well, yeah, I mean, after conversations and stuff that we had, we were we were all confident. Like, I mean, myself, Pat, Mike, all of us were confident because she was the one in the beginning before we even sat down, like, and got comfortable. Was like, I'm single.
Yeah,
I'm here,
right.
take me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, bet the door's open. Like, yeah, all right. And then when that happened, that's what we were all kind of like, okay. So it was kind of like in between, like, all right, you're giving us this energy to where, like, oh, I'm single, you know, I'm trying to find somebody else. And then, like, when it comes down to it, you don't choose anybody else. So we were like in between, like, do we feel bad or do we not feel bad? Because, like, you knew he was coming back with somebody. You put yourself in this. You did this to yourself, like.
Right. Yeah.
So,
no, I think that was probably.
I mean, she was.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was. No, I was just saying she was like. I mean, I did want to get to know her like more. I wish I had more time to, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wish that you guys
Yeah.
had more time. It kind of did feel a little rushed, but
Well, what we were saying too is we wish that she had just picked one of you guys to bring back because I don't think she was truly open to getting to know anyone until she saw Carrington with someone else. It was like the closure that she needed to be able to then move on.
Yeah, because I mean, even in the beginning, like her and Mike were like, you know, they were hitting it off really well. So I was like, we were talking. It was like, all right, I'm sure like maybe two of us, because we already, like I said, we knew Sully was off the table, and then we knew the thing with Jalen and Mackenzie, and then Moria and them and all that. So we were like, all right, so two of us are probably gonna go. So and we're like, we don't know who's gonna be, and then all three of us, and we was like, all right, but it was all good.
But you obviously walked out with 4 new best friends. I mean, the way you guys talk about each other is just hilarious and amazing.
Like that was literally the best. Like that was like the best group. Like we were talking about that. We were like, bro, we got so close so quick. And then like I have a picture like in my phone of us just standing up there when we first walked out. And I'm like, yo, we look like the Power Rangers, bro. Like,
Oh, I like that nickname
like,
for you
bro,
guys.
like, you
The
feel
Fab
me? Like,
Five. I love that. That's
the
hilarious.
Fab Five. And then we're like looking at like the other guys and stuff like that. We were like, bro, if we would have started this show, like it would have been like the show would have been a lot more lit too.
For sure. And I think what?
So one of the comments writes, tell him to check his DMs. I think my baseball accidentally flew into his yard.
I like
Yes!
that. Tell him I'm gonna sign it and throw it back.
There were some other funny chats and everyone was like, I better be getting an invite to that as well.
Oh, to the after party? Oh,
Everybody wants an invite.
we gotta pick a location and stuff too. We can do that off camera though.
I feel like we should do LA since majority of the people are out there.
True.
So
I'm
it's like
about
easy
it.
to come out there too. In good weather.
I've never been to LA, so I
Oh,
know
that'd be
about
perfect.
it. Yeah, I've never been out there.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're doing it there because
Yeah.
it'll be so much fun. Do we have any more like general? Okay.
Was there anything else you wanted to share with everyone about your experience or just kind of maybe like what you learned from the whole thing? Or just any good takeaways?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like we kind of hit everything. I mean, obviously, like the group is now so close knit, and like I was having a conversation with Mercedes on live the other day, and I was like, even though we didn't meet, like we all have we're all connected now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from their house to our house, like we're all, because we all went through the same things, you know. So we all experienced something like this through a pandemic, you know. So that's one thing that's like, yo, like you'll never forget that, you know. You'll never
Totally,
forget the
sure,
people
and
you did it with. So.
Oh, I like that. I think that's really important to have that kind of takeaway from it.
Yes.
Such a cool experience. Okay, jumping into now our recap. So we haven't been on in a while, but so there's a couple things we want to address, and I think one of the first things we were going to quickly cover, while trying to be touchy about it, is the Noah situation. I think it would be dishonest if we didn't even bring up that it was a thing, but obviously you now see that Noah is just gone, and I'm sure people watching and you have seen either from like tweets or comments about him and his how do I explain it in a professional way? Is there
other obligations?
Other obligations that he did not disclose. So the problem with it is that he didn't tell CBS about it and wasn't open about it. Like, he should have let them know, because you cannot go on a dating show and start dating people and not let them know that, like, that's happening. Like, my family would have been super bummed. Like, I would have been bummed if I was coupled up with someone or dating someone and didn't know that that was something that was a part of their life.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, all I know is what, like, I see on like tweets and stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, this is wild. But like you said, like, he is going like just randomly, so I'm like, yo, like,
right.
Apparently,
no
I think comments
like,
are saying that CBS issued a statement saying he lied in his application or interview, which I'm sure that is what happened.
That's probably
And that's
like
the
biggest point. It's not that they discriminate against sex workers or people in adult films, that kind of stuff. I think the whole thing was that he didn't disclose it, and they specifically do ask you those things in your interviews on paper.
Yeah.
It's a very like clear, concise thing. You either do it or you don't. So I think that was the issue, rather than them discriminating against it. I think it was more...
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, to your point, they asked me.
Right.
Like, nah, I'm cool. But, that's... I don't know, like, the fact that, I mean, them issuing a statement, too, though, is I feel like, good on their end.
Yeah, they definitely needed to do that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just because it doesn't... I mean, you know, people talk, so it's like, people are going to form their own opinions and things like that, so... It's good for them to kind of put it in perspective or put it in line, you know, so.
Right.
It's wild, though. It's crazy to think about.
It is, because, like, you do think about it, and you're like, all right, I feel like people will find out.
Yeah.
Either way. I don't know.
How did he go into that not knowing someone is going to dig that up?
Right.
I mean, maybe he did. Maybe he knew his launch his career in that aspect. Which,
maybe. I don't know.
I have to say, though, it is funny that this came out in a sense, because I saw there's a scene, if you go back and watch, where he's cooking breakfast and he makes this funny comment and he looks at Johnny and he winks at him. And I was like, and it felt flirty, and I had pointed that out, and everyone was like, no, and I'm like, yeah. it's like funny looking back on that I you know, the small things. But
right.
Wow.
I thought it was pretty funny. I saw some tweets that were really funny, where they were like, wow, this man just walks in, spills all the tea, and just disappears.
And
like, pieces out.
Of there.
And it just sneaks out in the middle of the night.
He was out of there. My boy came in and dropped some knowledge and left. I was like, yo.
Honestly, iconic.
Yeah, he had that, like, very well thought out conversation with
the
Sally.
thing is, low-key, we needed him.
Yeah, we did.
We needed that.
He was the MPI on the low.
Everything. Because she wouldn't have known. Like, nobody else was, you know what I mean? Like, my boy came in, boom, and was like, yeah, I'm going to head out.
He's like, I did my job, I'm gone.
I'm going to head out. That is great.
So we've also been laughing, saying that, like, because Noah left, it's allowed Calvin to stay even longer, because we just feel like Calvin is this contestant that just week to week sneaks by somehow. How has he been there that long and had so much airtime but has had no real connection with anyone, I would say?
You see my face? That's exactly how it looked. when he bought Cher from the thing, I was like, there is no way. There is no way. I'm standing there. Yeah. I'm like, there is no way he pulled her. There is no way.
But
But
we've heard he has a lot of swag.
Oh,
No?
if he got swag, then I must be Jesus. Like, excuse me?
Oh my god.
Oh my
like,
gosh, I'm
yo,
like
nah,
sweating
nah,
a
nah.
little. It's so funny.
I was like, nah, they wildin'.
Yeah.
I was like, but yeah, that's still a good point too. And I'm super competitive too. Like,
Yeah.
from like sports
Right.
and everything. I'm like,
You're like, really?
Like, can we switch?
right, yeah, I'm like, nah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We're like, he just keeps sneaking by somehow.
No,
And
it's
we're
funny.
curious about the recoupling tonight. If he sneaks by again, I'm just going to be dying laughing. Calvin needs the NVI.
He's staying. I feel like he's gonna stay. I feel like Kirsten's gonna pick him.
You do.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
my boy. It's the freckles or something. I don't know.
it's almost growing on us. Like, we almost like Calvin now for being able to have a good enough relationship with everyone that he's sneaking by all these weeks. He's causing
I
no
swear.
problems. But even though he doesn't have a connection really with anyone, like, that's like a strong connection, he's still liked enough to be kept there all this time. So we're kind of like, maybe he'll make it all the way to the end at this point.
Right?
Calvin's taking the
Just
cake.
Calvin
He like
standing up there at the
wins.
end, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Calvin wins it
I
all.
don't know.
I mean, hey, maybe. You never know.
Right. No.
Um,
yeah.
that'll be something. But,
Oh
I
my
mean, like
gosh,
you
it
said, like,
would.
he's just riding the wave right now. He just, saying
So-
the right thing, doing what he's got to do, and
Totally.
Oh, I
Calvin's
made
growing
the
on
funniest
us.
joke. Oh my god, can I tell you my joke? It might sound bad.
Is it appropriate for this?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. It was just so you know how we watched the episodes before we went in or
Yeah.
whatever. And you know how it says like your occupation, like when the
Mhm.
guys came in, it says like it. And I was like, it said pest control, and I made the joke. I was like, he might win this because he knows how to not be a pest.
Oh, that is funny. I like that.
And I was like, yo, we just started dying laughing, but it was
We were
I
laughing.
was like,
We were laughing because we had a spider on camera crawl across the screen. We cut it out in one of our interviews. Maybe
were
we
like,
didn't. I
"Where's
can't
Calvin?"
remember. But we were like, we need Calvin. We need Calvin up here to come save us.
he's riding it. He's riding that wave. So
Oh
we'll
my
see.
gosh.
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
it's so
Okay, so
funny.
then now I feel like we really can jump into briefing the episode. So they start off with the tweet challenge, which we thought was so dull. They came for us in those tweets, and we have been waiting for that tweet challenge all season, and in my opinion, they were weak. They were like
Well, I didn't
no-brainers who it was.
Yeah, like what were they saying? I saw like because they had like boxing gloves or something, right?
Yeah, I didn't get the
I
boxing.
think it was just
They,
like,
you
the
just
sucker
beat
punch.
back the haters, or like you just
Okay.
like you throw a punch back to the tweet because they're
I-
like throwing
I got
punches at you kind of thing. But they weren't even punches because they were dead obvious.
Okay, the funniest one to me, and now I am fully a Connor stan, is because someone made it something about a bidet, and he was like, you
I
know
saw
what?
that.
Like, when he's like, even if you're mean to me, I may have an adult conversation with you, and I'll
we're-
probably end up liking you.
And
Like,
we're gonna
it
be
was just
friends
so-
by the end of the conversation.
Like, he was just making fun of himself, and it was the first time we ever saw him be like that. And it was so exciting
Yeah.
because he is very well spoken. He's smart, but we finally got to see it.
Yeah,
Oh
to
my
see a different
gosh.
layer.
I know,
Right.
but like on ours, they like came for us. They were like, so and so's a prissy princess, like so and so's a brat, like so and so is this, so and so is there for Instagram followers, like. And I
Oh,
thought they were
wow.
just gonna
Okay.
come for people.
Well, they might have.
They
might
might have
just
and then not
shown
aired it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I saw the clip of Connor though. I didn't know the whole like concept of what was going on, but I saw that, and then I saw people talking about it today, and I was like,
Right, I know.
into it.
So to be fair, I feel like we haven't been total fans of Connor. Like we liked Connor, but we were never like Connor, like oh like totally for it. And after seeing that clip, we were like, we love
I'm
Connor.
sold.
We were like, yeah.
That's all we needed.
It was just
Just for
so
him to express
funny.
himself just a little bit.
Yes, yes.
Someone said angrily nice Connor. That's exactly what we
Aw.
saw, and it was hilarious.
Okay, so then so then it goes into right after. Sorry, so we missed this because we didn't recap an episode, but there was a scene of Johnny and Sally talking up on the balcony, and they're kind of getting heated. They're kind of like fighting a little, and he tries to get her to take her glasses off, and he was like kind of in her face, being like needing to see her eyes, trying to get her glasses off, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It felt, that was the first time I've really seen Johnny.
Disrespectful almost.
Yeah, and like really controlling. Like all the other stuff was kind of borderline, but that for me was like way too much.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that, and I was just like, I don't know. It's different when you're in kind of hot water. So like he's like, and then you have the challenge you worry about, the competition worry about.
Totally.
And like I don't know, like I don't feel bad for him at all because I mean he did it to himself.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I do know the clip you're talking about. And I was like, come on, bro, you're better than that.
I
Like,
know, and
yeah,
he's like
right.
starting to lose it. I think his guilt is like building up, and he's starting to kind of snap a little. Is what we're seeing. And he's like taking it out
and
on
he's now
Sally.
unsure.
Yeah.
Like the ball's not in his court anymore. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's one thing that is not in your court. So now you're like scrambling. You
Yeah,
know?
that's totally the vibe.
Yeah, it was just that I think it was like really uncomfortable to watch too, because I watch it as if these people are my friends, and I'm like, oh my God, I would just be so upset if I saw someone treating my girlfriend like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
then.
I feel like. Go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
Oh, I said it's, I just feel like it's gonna open up opportunity for, I don't know what the dude's name is with the tats and stuff,
Benny.
but yeah, that guy. And I was like, that'll be good for. I mean, you never know what that could kind of stem from. Cause I was like, they're pretty similar. He just a couple inches taller, well, a few inches taller, and a little bit more tattoos. So and he seems genuine. So from what I've seen, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems like a really nice guy. Like we noticed that right off the bat. We were like, okay, he seems most normal out of the three when they first entered.
Yeah.
Right. I honestly, so it's Benny, Bennett, and Noah.
Yeah.
Benny and Bennett just threw me off. I wasn't ready
I
for
know,
two
they-
B's.
They do that to you. They make everyone's names similar so no one can remember or pronounce the names. But yeah, so we like Benny.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's-
that's funny you say that because I was given the suggestion to go in by Dre or DeAndre, and I was like, nah, Dre is too close to Trey. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to do that. I'm trying to be my own person. I ain't trying to,
Right.
I like
cool.
that.
So
No, that's actually
Strategic.
Yes. Yes, that is smart.
The athlete in you. Okay, so this episode, though, not that conversation, it kind of cues to the new one they have in this episode of Johnny and Sally talking again, and she's like, new info just keeps coming about Casa Amor. It just keeps coming up. Like, what else is there? Like, what are you not telling me? And he's very, like, defensive and gets so mad he ends up walking away mid-conversation.
yeah, this was the one. Was it last night, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and, like, the thing is,
Yeah.
on Love Island, like, you can't walk away from a conversation. So if this was real life, he probably wouldn't have listened to her for 2 seconds.
Oh, for sure. Like, I feel like it's different, and we kind of had this conversation too. Like, it's so different being there and then kind of being confined to where it's like, and like I said, it's a competition as well too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're being confined to this one person. I feel like if this situation would have happened, like you said, outside of the show, neither one of them would have. I know Johnny wouldn't even try to make anything better.
Right.
1,000%.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wouldn't have. There would have been no effort.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that kind of just shows. It's
You know,
just
so
He
so many
couldn't, like,
red
just
flags.
own it and apologize. He was just, like, deflecting and rearranging the conversation.
I was
and it
mad.
was like,
I was so hot. I was like, yo, are you telling me Sally could have been with me?
Yeah.
You playing around?
oh.
I'm like, yo, like, you got a good one right here. You tripping, you tweaking. But
Yeah. And he kind of just
come
like
on.
he didn't take her feelings into account. Like, yes, he owned
Yeah.
up to what he did in a way, but somehow always brought it back to why can't you believe me?
Yeah.
Or like why is this such a big deal? It just was downplayed so much by him that it just seemed almost
Yeah.
like disrespectful. And then walking away, that was it for me.
So
I was like,
he was cutting her off the whole time, And while she was talking, he would be shaking his head. Like, she'd be talking, trying to explain how she's feeling, and he would just be like... And my biggest thing is, like, a guy is not mature if they can't understand, even if they don't agree with you, if you're still upset, you're allowed to be upset. Like, it doesn't matter if you agree with me or not. Like, if I'm upset, then you should want me to not be upset or help me work through, like, how the way I feel. Like, you can't control the way someone feels. If they're upset, they're upset.
No, I feel you on that, because, I mean, I'm that same way, too. Like you said, maybe you don't want to hear what I have to say at the time, but because I'm super, like, I don't cut corners. Like, I'm super direct with things, because I don't like leaving someone uncertain of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that comes with, like, listening as well, and everything, too. Like, if we're having a conversation, you're just telling me what you need to tell me. I'm taking that in and responding and giving you the best advice I can at the time, you know? So, like you said, just to the point of, like, just being deflective, like, I'm just like, yeah, bro, like, I don't know. I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was more listening to respond rather than listening to understand.
Yes.
And that is such a big red flag, especially, like, just to me, I just
That's
don't...
a really good point.
Yeah, like, he just kept going word
He
bomb.
said, too, I quoted, "What do you need details about how I was cuddling her?" And I wanted to be like, yeah, that is exactly what she needs. Like,
I need the whole layout.
You didn't tell her before you were even cuddling with her.
Full map out.
You're right, Johnny. You didn't tell her you pulled the sheets over. You didn't tell her you were cuddling with her in bed. Like, yes, those are the exact details you should have just come clean about.
Well, the thing is, too, like, that's why I said we low-key need to know it, because, like, after I watched the show, after obviously exiting, and I saw it, I was like, I don't know if that's all. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So I'm like, I don't know, but
it's unfortunate.
I know. And so we're interested to see how the recoupling goes tonight with all of that.
We're
praying he leaves, but I don't think he will. I know.
He's not.
You don't think so?
No.
I feel like she might. You think Sally's gonna pick? Oh no.
I feel like she's like in love with him.
Oh, I'm gonna be.
I know I'm gonna be pissed too. I don't want it, but my predictions have been so on point, and I'm telling you, she's picking him, even though I wish I could choose for her and not pick him.
Johnny is staying in the villa.
I think she's picking Benny or Beanie.
Okay. All right.
Beanie, yeah, him.
Okay, so getting rid of the Johnny Sally stuff, moving on to Connor finally sits down and talks to Moira and is like, I just see you as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw that too, and I'm like, yo.
It's just Moira's really getting the short end of the stick.
She's getting the short end of the stick. Yeah. And I think Alex was saying she noticed for a while, like, she just seems very off it, like, so not brainwashed, like, just out of it. Like, it's not a good spot for her right now.
I think that she just needs to go home, because I don't think you know as much as we do. It's extremely mentally, physically, emotionally exhausting in there. And I think that she's had so many different guys, but they've all ended weirdly that I just don't think she's going to find her person in here. So I want her to make, like, a graceful exit, you know?
Yeah. That's fair. I can understand that. Yeah, like you said, though, you kind of hit on all the points that it is exhausting. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's a great time, but, I mean, it's still work in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, you're still out there doing what you have to do. But the funny thing to me is just, like, how things always, like, I love seeing the sway. Like, from being on the show, like, I look at the show differently, I guess, from, like, the viewers and stuff like that. Like, just seeing the sway of, like, okay, when the girls have the pick, it's like all the guys are like, oh, I got to show you my best. Or it's like, then when the guys have the pick, it's like, all right, I just want to be friends because I don't know who else coming in. You know what I mean? It's just like, I love seeing that sway.
And we have seen the guys have the power most of this season.
Yeah, so that sway is just, it's funny to me.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because we see Moira now just starting to go around and like everybody, it feels like. Like, I think she's just so lost. She's just like, oh, I think I'm into them, and then I think I'm into them, and I'm like, I think you need to go.
I think that has to do with kind of like what I spoke on to now. Like, if I'm just friends with Connor, I don't know if Connor's going to pick me to stay here, so maybe I should mingle with You know what I mean?
Totally.
She's trying to
That's
take
exactly
the Calvin
what's
approach.
happening.
Take the Calvin approach. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
The Calvin
be good with
approach. Stop. We need to brand
take
that.
the Calvin approach. Be cool with everybody. 'Cause
Yes.
you never
Oh
know.
my gosh. I think that needs to be the name of this episode, actually.
The Calvin approach.
The Calvin approach.
Well, even because when you kind of
It's not a
look
bad
at it,
approach. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're there for.
and honestly, I do think, you know, I understand that Moira is emotional, and like a lot of people are like, oh my god, why do we keep seeing her cry? But what, like, Xing that out, her and Calvin have kind of done the same thing. They've
They have.
each gotten to know a lot of people.
They have. They've been very open
Yeah.
to it as well.
It's, I don't know. They just, I don't know. I feel like at the end they meant for each other because they do the same thing. But
Yeah,
Wait,
that's true.
Wait, by the end of the episode, Moira starts saying she's into Bennett now.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. But basically,
It's
before that
funny.
combo, we see Moira and Laurel talking in bed, and Moira was like, I actually could see you with Calvin. So now Calvin's coming back into play again. And Laurel was like, yeah, I see things in him I would like, and he's someone that did catch my eye when I first got here. I just didn't
Wait,
really...
so was she talking to her like not knowing that they had already been together, or like she's saying you should just try it again? Probably
No.
just try it again, right?
Moira was telling Laurel to go talk to Calvin. Yeah.
To go Calvin instead of Carrington.
Yes. And she was like,
Okay.
and Laurel's pretty open to it. She was like, I kind of owe it to myself and this experience to get to know him. And I think
Yeah.
she starts leaning more and more towards it because Carrington had a conversation with her and was like, well, I wouldn't date you. And she's kind of like, well, what's the
Right.
point of me being here? Like, if you don't see a future with me or see this going somewhere, then why am I here?
right.
So,
Yeah.
and I think Calvin's more open to, like, having a relationship, possibly. I mean, I don't really know. I think if he met the right person, then maybe he would. Same goes with Carrington, but it's
Yeah.
just wild. And they have a conversation where they start quizzing each other how much they remembered
Oh
about
my
each other.
God.
And
I
Carrington,
saw that at the table.
that was hard to watch.
That was so bad.
That was awkward.
He's like, you're 22. She's like,
No,
no, I'm not.
No, it was 23 and she's 22.
And he was like, "No, you are." I'm like, "Bro,
Yeah. Oh.
Like, you stop
And
arguing
then,
with
she
the
goes,
facts.
and then
then-
she goes and drills everything. I'm like, "Yeah, bro, it's over with."
Yeah, I was like, ooh. Because that would kind of offend me, too, if I'm, like, really listening to someone and taking the time to get to know them and they don't remember, like, anything about me.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, didn't she say, like, your mom's name is Stephanie?
Yeah.
Like, all of that.
She went in
Yeah.
I
depth.
was
Like,
like,
she was on it.
I
I was here for
honestly...
him.
Yeah, I think that Kirsten's probably going to pick Carrington.
Yeah, so we were like, does this come full circle now?
I don't have a
it's so-
doubt in my
yeah.
mind.
Oh, but I
don't
did
know.
write a funny note being like, Moira's now interested in Bennett. Like, how do you like everyone? How do you jump that fast? But, and then they have the brunch. And going into the brunch, we were like, oh no, it's our version of the spa. For when we went to the spa and we all brought up all the Weston issues. I don't know if you watched
Yeah.
season 1. This episode kind of exploded. So we see them going to brunch and we were like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, oh no. But then it
Buckle
ended up
your
being fine.
seatbelts.
It ended up being fine. Nothing really came out at
Yeah.
brunch. I think it was more of just a detox day for them, keep morale high, let everyone have a break from all the drama, which is probably what they need. We
Yeah.
had a day like that too, where it
Yeah.
was more chill, and we just got drinks at like a bar. Oh, I'm laughing. They brought in a fruit plate, and the girls were calling it a charcuterie board. And Matthew Hoffman made a joke and was like, that's a fruit plate.
That's
Because
funny.
Sally's been so excited about the charcuterie board every time. I just love her.
That's great. I did see the the brunch date and stuff like that for them to kind of just blow off some steam and kind of reconnect. I feel like with themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Totally.
as their group. So it was good. So I'm sure they needed it. We all saw they needed
Yeah.
it, but I hope they got
for
the most
sure.
out of it too.
So we are left on a cliffhanger on the recoupling.
Yes. And then we see the first look. Did you watch the first look, DeAndre?
Who is coming in?
Yeah, just all of it.
I-
They give us a first
yeah.
look, and we see 2 new girls coming in, but the final thing is who's standing there left, and there's 3 boys standing there.
Moira.
Moira. So is she picking between those 3 boys? But that wouldn't make sense.
No, because
Laurel,
they didn't show.
Laurel probably didn't pick yet either.
I don't think anyone
Well, no, I
did
think
besides Justine,
the
right?
only one that picked was Justine because obviously she's the surest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So But yeah, I don't.
So are
Yeah,
two boys
no,
going
it's
home or
funny.
one?
Say
Based on
again?
the numbers. Are two boys going home or is one boy going home based on the numbers? Because Noah
I have
left
no
also.
idea.
All right, let's
have
do our
no idea.
predictions
Yeah.
on who we think
Is
so
coupling up.
obviously Caleb and Justine,
Sally and Johnny.
Sally and Johnny, Moira.
Okay, you think-
yeah.
you think-
DeAndre has a different.
I go Sally and B.
Okay.
Go Sally and B.
Who's next? Who?
Uh,
I think Moira
Like,
is
who's-
either gonna go for Bennett probably.
what about Kirsten picking him?
I think Kirsten is
gonna
gonna
pick
pick Carrington.
Moira.
And then Laurel
Moira's
is gonna pick Calvin.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, it's
And
two
then
boys going home.
Connor goes home.
Connor goes home.
100%.
Yeah.
Connor goes home, and I got
Who else
and I
go-
got Johnny going home.
Oh, and then
Oh right.
and then
you
it
have
would
Johnny.
be
Okay, so
and
we
ours
have,
would have Benny going home.
Benny
Who,
and Connor.
Kirsten picked Carrington. You said that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got Kirsten picking Calvin.
Okay.
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 Or
Kirsten
I
picking
actually
Calvin.
think Kirsten might pick Bennett, to be honest. I think Kirsten's picking Bennett. I think Laurel might stay with Carrington. And then I think Moira... I don't like that. I don't like those options. I don't know.
She said, I don't like that.
I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't see it happening like that.
Somehow
Calvin's getting by, though.
Yeah,
Calvin's
Calvin's
not
making
going
it.
home. Calvin's making it.
Calvin going to the finals, like.
Calvin is
He's
literally
gonna
coming in second place.
Okay, but
He
then
gonna
it shows
cold.
us the two new girls walking in. I want Calvin to have like an amazing connection with
A
one
come
of
to
them.
Jesus
A
moment
come to
with-
Jesus
yeah.
moment and win the whole thing with one of the new girls.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that little clip on the when I was watching the episode last night. I was like, yo, where'd they get these shows?
They're stunning, and they're
Yeah,
stunning.
the two new girls are so hot that are coming in. I'm so excited. I was crossing my fingers that I would be like, okay, wow, they got really hot ones. And they did. And I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I was excited. I was like, yo,
We need to find their Instagrams. So
Yes.
to anyone on this live, if you could send After the Island's Instagram, their Instagrams for us, that would be amazing. And then let's talk about whose heads are going to turn.
Okay.
Carrington.
you can follow me on Instagram too.
Yes.
Yes,
We're
yes.
gonna link
We'll
your
link it
Instagram.
below.
I'm like,
Yeah.
which way? We're gonna link your Instagram in the bio below.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so everyone go follow DeAndre. Slip into his DMs.
Yeah, send him some DMs. Send him some baseball
Send me
emojis
something
with your
clever.
phone
I like
numbers.
clever DMs.
Clever. Okay.
Phone
Clever.
number. I like clever DMs.
What if Johnny went for one of the new girls?
No.
Oh, like he gets saved and then, I feel
Yeah.
like he would. 1,000%.
Oh, we would be holding on to the chairs.
There is
I'd
no
be falling
way.
off my couch. Okay, Carrington is totally going for one of the new girls, and I think Laurel is going to go for Calvin, maybe. I think Kirsten's going to
Yeah, I
save
think-
him and then be pissed that he goes for one of the new girls.
Oh, this is just messy.
I know, this is messy. And we heard too, it's not confirmed, we actually have no idea, but they might have had to reshoot the recoupling because I think there's a chance someone had picked Noah.
Oh.
And now see, we don't know. I'm pretty sure, I have a feeling that Moira picked Noah and they had to reshoot part of it. So maybe 3 guys go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm dying to know what happens tonight. And I
Messy.
haven't been dying to get back to an episode in a minute, but I'm rehooked. I'm officially rehooked.
It's about to get lit.
I know. All right, I think that's pretty much it.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
everyone,
DeAndre.
for watching. And obviously, thank you, DeAndre, for coming on. I don't know why I just
You're
repeated what
more
Alex
than
said. I did that in another video, and I was like, why did I literally just say what Alex said? But to everyone watching right now, please give this video a like, and we're going to link DeAndre's socials down below if you want to click his page. Go follow him on Instagram, show him some love, send him lots of DMs.
There you go.
And
I'll be looking. I'll be scanning.
Yes.
And we can't wait to see more of you guys on After the Island this week.
Yes.
We'll be back more often.
Thank you guys.